Hello, everybody. This is Margaret Jameson, Granny Maggie from Granny Magic, and I mentioned that today I would be back with a short live because I wanted to give you a heads up about this Capricorn full moon that we're going to be working with tomorrow. You're probably already feeling the effects. You know I'm not an astrologer, and there are some significant astrological events that are aligning with this Capricorn full moon tomorrow. And that full moon energy, of course, makes everything feel stronger to us. So if you have a favorite astrologer on Instagram, now would be a good time to check out what they're saying and if they have information for your particular sign. But overall, this Capricorn full moon is extremely powerful, and it's going to set the tone for the rest of the year. Now, the Capricorn full moon is very practical, and it's all about structure and organization, accomplishing goals, career, growth. It's an important full moon for us to really look at what it is we really want, where we're really headed, what are we focused on, and how do we propose to move forward to manifest intentions we may have set this year. And like I said, particularly with regard to career, professional growth, it's also about maintaining a kind of discipline, developing an emotional balance, perseverance, patience. So this is all the things adulthood supposedly pushes us towards. This is perfect, this sort of midpoint in the year to really look at these things. Do a tarot spread. That can help you. I will be posting journal prompts. Journal prompts can be very useful, especially if you meditate with a crystal and you open yourself up to what the universe sends to you. And sometimes you'll be surprised at what comes. And then explore that in your journal. The crystals that are really significant and helpful during this Capricorn full moon and these processes, black tourmaline, very grounding. All the negativity, your negative thinking gets cast aside. Clear quartz to amplify clarity and focus, very significant. Garnet is a good one. The deep red stone, determination, ambition, motivation. Tiger's eye has many of those same things. Courage, balance, protection, success, ambition. I had listed was smoky quartz, another good one. Smoky quartz can help in releasing old patterns, old beliefs and habits that you've accumulated. Full moon in Capricorn, let's let all of that go. We're resetting for the next half of the year. Hematite, stability, strength, grounding, labradorite, intuition, spiritual connection, hidden truths, manifestation. And I will be posting some journal prompts that you can use as, part of a meditation, writing in a journal. Another good thing is I always post affirmations for each full moon. Those affirmations, they are wonderful to use as tools for meditation because you're focused on the positive. What's standing in the way of that? The universe will tell you if you honestly open up. So I am posting a rather longer than usual full moon ritual for this full moon in Capricorn, and that will be posted tonight. I just kind of wanted to go through because people ask me about full moons. Of course, when I post a suggested ritual, it's open for you to dress out any way that you want. I hope you use the things that I post as inspiration. And they're only my approach to doing things. There's a lot of different approaches. So that ritual that I'm going to put up for the full moon in Capricorn tonight actually starts with purifying your space with a little bit of salt in each of the four corners. Very simple. And it has a little chant casting out any kind of negative energy, stagnant energy. It calls for silver or white candles. Silver aligns with the moon, and if you don't have it, you know white works with everything. Then, after you set up your space and you're feeling grounded, you're going to write down your intentions. As you do that, it says visualize them. Remember, when I say visualize, I mean embody that. Feel, smell. What would that feel like? What would that look like? Just, as if you're there in the present in that situation. So embody it. So after you do that, we're going to incorporate some fire, energy, transformation, creativity, passion, change, high, strong energy. So you're going to burn that paper with the intentions. And in a lot of my spells, I don't do that, as you know. But this time, and you're going to watch that smoke, and you are going to visualize those intentions being carried out and up to the universe. And as that happens, release your attachment to the outcome, because this moon is so transformative, and it will have a lot of endings and closings in your life. To make room, you're going to have to be very open-minded about how these intentions are going to manifest. Very open-minded as the universe over this next lunar cycle lays out some groundwork for the second half of the year. So as much as you can, release attachment to outcomes, the way that those are specifically going to manifest. We're concentrating on the feelings. We're concentrating on the energy of what we're trying to manifest. We're not giving the universe a detailed blueprint or a map. So you're going to be trusting that divine energy, expressing gratitude. And then there's a part in the ritual where you're going to be really grounding yourself, because this Capricorn moon offers us stability, grounding, perseverance, patience, the things we really need to manifest these things over the next year. So take advantage of that. Soak it in. And then the ritual goes on, and it does have you take the ashes from what you've burned, and a lot of my rituals or spells don't have this, and take them outside and release them to the universe. Release them with joy. Release them with expectation that the universe is going to offer you something better and even more than what you're requesting, because you're putting your trust in the universe's wisdom for your life. Really, with this full moon, we're going to do this. Anyway, and in this case, you're going to go in and you're going to blow that candle out. I know if that's against your practice, don't do it. I was taught to blow it out when you're blowing out your breath of life, your intention, your spirit. You're releasing that as well out into the universe. Always trust yourself first. You are your own witch. So I will post this for you, and I really hope that gives you time to get prepared for that full moon tomorrow. And remember, you have 72 hours to do your full moon work. And you'll notice there is that manifestation part of this and the release part all in one ritual. You can add crystals to this ritual. I'm going to post a list of crystals as well tonight. Add crystals if you want to this ritual around your candles. Dress those candles if you want with oil and herbs. Make this your own. And you don't like the words? Those words are there to inspire you. And I kind of get embarrassed when I try to ad lib when I'm doing a spell for you on here. But in private, I really speak firmly and from my heart. And even if there is a chant that I use, because I feel like sometimes that chant raises power, I always add, because I'm talking to my ancestors and spirits, because in my case, I always start my ritual with calling in my people. And Granny Magic comes from a Christian background. I invite in Father God, Mother Goddess, Holy Child, spirits of this house and this place. I invite in my angels and spirit guides, my beloved dead, and my holy ancestors. And I always start my rituals and spells that way. So I like to talk to them as well as maybe do a spell chant. You may have a pagan pantheon that you call in, or a particular god or goddess that you work with. And some of you, atheist witches, and you don't call in any kind of spirit as such, or god or goddess as such. You know, we're an eclectic group. So I will post those for you tonight. And thank you so very much for listening. I really hope that this is helpful and boosts your practice. So many blessings. Enjoy the preparation. And tonight, I'm on Pacific time. Look for those posts that I'll put up to help you for that Capricorn full moon. Many blessings. Thank you for being here.